What's up YouTube, Alvaro here, welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. You guys already know this channel. This is the YouTube channel in which we talk about the market and we do it in Spanish and English so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Monday through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update going over what happened today in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, which happen to be the most important indices of the United States stock market. And at the end of the video, I will be breaking down from a technical standpoint the three stocks that will be on the top of my watch list for tomorrow's trading session. So let's get started. And today we had another red day all across the board in the markets. Dow Jones down 0.75%, Russell 2000 down 1.97%, S&P 500 also down 0.68%, and the Nasdaq 100 down 0.71%. Nothing to be worried about. The markets were due for a pullback and we are having a pullback. And just a few minutes ago, Netflix reported earnings and they beat on EPS and revenue, guys. But when it comes to new subscribers, there was a huge miss. So the stock is getting a hit. Let me pull up Netflix over here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, take a look. Netflix is down $55 after hours. So when it comes to new subscribers, analysts were expecting 6.4 million new subscribers versus 3.98 billion new subscribers that Netflix reported. When it comes to EPS, the estimated EPS was $2.96 and Netflix reported $3.75. So this was a very decent beat on earnings per share. And when it comes to revenue, they beat $7.16 billion versus $7.13 billion. And regardless of the fact that Netflix beat on EPS and revenue, take a look. We have a $53 drop as of now. So this is pretty much an overreaction, guys. I mean, yeah, you can make the case that they missed on new subscribers, but they added almost 4 million new subscribers, while the analysts were expecting 6.4 million new subscribers. So yeah, in my opinion, this is an overreaction, and I don't like catching a falling knife, so I am not going to buy this dip tomorrow. I am going to let Netflix, settle a bit. But this is a very attractive dip, no doubt about it, $54. But my personal style is once a stock of a company drops after having reported earnings, I prefer to let that stock, settle for at least a few days, 2 or 3 days. And once I can tell that stock found a good support, I am willing to buy that dip. And I ask you guys, is any of you willing to buy this $55 dip on Netflix? Please drop a comment down below and let me know. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. And I called out what happened today in the S&P 500 in yesterday's video, guys. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I said in yesterday's video that if the S&P 500 kept on dropping today, the very first important level of support that I was going to be paying attention to was 41.20. And what happened today? The bulls found support not once but twice at 41.20. So tomorrow, because the S&P 500 closed today at 41.34, down, as I said before, 0.68%. So tomorrow, the very first important level of support is going to be 41.20, which as of now has acted as a support for the bulls in the S&P 500 1, 2, 3, and 4 times before. So this is going to be a critical level of support in this index, and if this support happens to be broken to the downside, then another important level of support that I am going to be looking at is going to be 40.87. 40.87 already acted as a support once, but it also acted as a resistance twice. Okay, so watch out for 40.20 tomorrow or 40.87, okay, to the upside. The most important overhead resistance for tomorrow, if this index happens to pull up, obviously, is going to be 41.67, which happened to be the closing price in the S&P 500 yesterday, okay? And if the bulls, have a good day tomorrow and they happen to burst above 41.66, 41.67, then the next or the other important level of support is going to be pretty much all-time high at 41.91. And in the case of the Nasdaq 100, if you guys remember, I said that in both indices, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, we could potentially see a process of consolidation above 4,100 in the case of the S&P 500 and above 13,700 points in the case of the Nasdaq 100. So that scenario is still on the table. So let's see what happens tomorrow and in the upcoming days. So in the case of the Nasdaq 100, the very first important level of support that I am going to be looking at tomorrow is going to be 13,700 points. This is an area that already acted as a support for the bulls in the Nasdaq 100 twice, okay? And as overhead resistance, I am going to be looking at 13,924 points, which acted as a resistance today as soon as the market opened, and it also acted yesterday as a resistance when the market closed. So let's see what happens tomorrow, and as I said before, in the upcoming days, because maybe this index could trade sideways, all right? Somewhere between 13,924 points and 13,700 points without bursting above the overhead resistance of 13,924 points or breaking to the downside the lower support of 13,700 points. So this is going to be interesting in the case of the Nasdaq 100, and I think that, I believe that this is a possible scenario, because if these two indices happen to trade sideways for a few days, that is going to let the moving averages of these indices to catch up, and that is going to be very healthy from a technical standpoint. And the first stock of this video is going to be good old Disney. And in the case of Disney, keep in mind, guys, that this might be a reopening play, but also a tech play. A reopening play because you guys know that Disney has a bunch of theme parks all over the place. I'm thinking, I'm pretty much sure that the theme parks down in Florida are open 100%, but we'll still need to wait for Europe to open completely, so the revenue that Walt Disney makes out of its theme park can recover completely, right? But also Disney could be considered a tech play because of Disney Plus, right? The streaming service of Disney. I think that Disney has a very fair chance of fighting against Netflix as the champion of the streaming service. So this is going to be a very interesting fight in the years to come. And when it comes to the technicals of Disney, it went down today 2.48%, and it closed today's trading session at $182.79. And from a technical standpoint, you guys can see this horizontal channel, all right? Disney has been trading sideways since early March of this year. It hasn't done much, bouncing up and down within this horizontal channel. So what's my plan when it comes to Disney? I would like to buy a bunch of shares of Disney at $180.51. This is a price that already acted as a support for the bulls of Disney in one and two opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance several times. Let's count over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times before. So if I happen to purchase I would be purchasing 50 or 70 shares of Disney at $180, all right? So if I happen to take this trade the way that I am describing it, my price target, or I would have two possible price target, guys. My first price target is going to be the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $190, in which case I am going to be locking in a profit of 5.48%. But if I can, think about a more ambitious price target, another possible price target, if we happen to be able to pick up some shares of Disney at $180, then another very nice price target is going to be $200. If so, we are talking about a 10% profit. So in the case of $200, we are talking about a very important area of resistance for the bulls of Disney, because we are talking about a former resistance that acted as such in 1 and 2 opportunities before. So watch out for Disney tomorrow visiting $180. We are almost there. Disney closed today at $182.79 because, in my opinion, and remember that I am not a financial advisor, if any of you wants to take a trade on Disney, you have to do your own research work and reach your own conclusions. But in my opinion, $180 is a very good price to start any position in the case of Disney. And the second stock of this video is going to be Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN, COIN. But in the case of Coin, I need to pull up the 10-day chart because Coinbase started trading last week. Coin closed today down 3.66% at $320.82. And I am liking this price action of Coin, guys. I gotta be honest with you, because it seems like Coin is consolidating above $315. Take a look at this. $315 already acted as a support for this stock in 1 and 2 opportunities before. So I'm thinking, if I happen to see Coin tomorrow visiting $315 and finding a good support over there, I am more than willing to pick up 15 or 20 shares approximately, right? In that case, my price target is going to be a resistance in which Coin already failed at, and that resistance is at $346. As you guys can see over here, Coin already failed twice at that price. So if I happen to purchase $315 and I can sell those shares at $347, I am going to be locking a profit of almost 9%, or even better, guys. What happens if Coin breaks the support at $315 and happens to visit the low of $310? This was the low that Coinbase made the day that it started trading publicly. All right, $310. This was back on April 14th. So if we happen to pick up some shares of Coin at $310 and we sell those shares at the next overhead resistance of this stock, as I said before, at around $347, we are looking at a 10% profit. So watch out for Coin, guys, because it seems like it is consolidating, as I said before, above $315 or $310 approximately, and it can make a good move to the upside at any moment. And by the way, and before taking any trade on Coin, since this is a stock that is pretty much acting as a mirror of Bitcoin, I would strongly suggest to take a look at whatever Bitcoin is doing before starting a position on Coin, ticker symbol COIN. And the last stock of this video is going to be good old NEO. And in the case of NEO, I am going to pull up the 4-hour chart. And in the case of NEO, I have been getting a bunch of questions from you guys via Instagram, and follow us on Instagram, guys, by the way, at Bilingual Stock Market. So many of you guys are freaking out because NEO has fell off a cliff. So let's go ahead and take a look at NEO once again. But before doing that, I want to share with you guys and show you my 2 long-term positions in NEO. So this is my first investment and trading portfolio. In this portfolio, I own 500 shares of NEO at an average cost of $13.68, and I have so far an unrealized profit over here of $11,558. And this is my second investment and trading portfolio, and here I have 202 additional shares at an average cost of $13.54, and over here I have an unrealized profit of $4,699, but I am not selling any of my shares in at least 5 or 10 years, guys. I am an ultra neo bull, and I recently started a third position, but in the case of that new position that I just started, that is going to be a midterm swing trade. Okay, so what's my plan when it comes to that position? I already have like 220 shares at an average price of $37.70 approximately. So I would like to buy more shares of NEO, and by the way, NEO closed today up 0.41% at $36.93. So what's my plan? I would like to add more shares to the third position that I just told you about if NEO happens to visit $34.73. Okay, this is an area, this is a price that already acted as a support for the bulls of NEO in 1, 2, 3, and 4 opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance back on October 29th of last year. So if NEO happens to drop and happens to visit this price, I am going to add more shares to that position. And if NEO happens to break that support and it keeps on dropping, then I have another entry price to keep unloading the boat on NEO at $32. Okay, $32 acted as a lower support for NEO back on March 5th, but it also acted as a resistance for this stock back on October 27th of last year. So we have two very clear levels of support over here in the case of NEO. So let's see what happens first, guys. If NEO keeps on dropping and visits these two prices that I just told you about, or maybe, and I am going to zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, we have a critical area of resistance for the bulls of NEO at $37.90, pretty much at my average cost of the average cost of the third position that I just opened in NEO, right? So if NEO happens to burst above $37.70 or $38 each, it could easily fill the gap up to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $40.16. And my price target when it comes to this position this new position that I just opened in the case of NEO, so I am thinking about locking in the profit at around $42.41. Okay, that's an area, that's a resistance in which NEO failed on April 1st. Okay, so watch out for NEO tomorrow, guys, either visiting $34.60 or maybe dropping down further down to $32, or maybe moving up and potentially being able to break the very important resistance in which NEO has already failed twice in recent days at $37.70. And with NEO, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button for me. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We are posting these stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, so if you want to get our notifications in a timely manner, you'd better be subscribed to the channel, and you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram at Bilingual Stock Market. On our Instagram account, we are posting news and information on a daily basis. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, and we do it in Spanish and English, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys once again tomorrow as soon as the market closes. Peace out. Keep on crushing the markets.